What's up, guys? Here for the Week 5 review. We'll start off the video with discussing a couple of the trades that went through today. The first trade we have is between Josh and Orlando. Orlando decided to trade Aaron Jones and Tyler Boyd for James White and Odell Beckham. Obviously, the biggest name in the trade is Beckham, but given the fact that Baker Mayfield sucks, he hasn't really done a ton. James White, great PPR back. We got half-point PPR. He's kind of up and down, given the fact that the Patriots likely aren't going to be trailing in too many games, having to pass a lot. I don't think his value is extremely high. He's still solid. Probably more of in our league an RB3 flex consideration in my book. Obviously, Aaron Jones had the big 4-touchdown game. I believe he leads the league in touchdowns for the year. I don't really see that changing a ton as long as the Packers continue to have a decent defense and be able to hang in games. Obviously, when Jamal Williams gets healthy, he will get some playing time and take some touches away from Jones. And so we'll see how that goes there. Tyler Boyd, as far as I know, he hasn't done great this year because the Bengals really haven't done good. I haven't really paid attention to him. I actually think his value goes up when A.J. Green returns because it takes some of the pressure off of him and makes his matchups a little easier. So we'll see how that goes. If I had to pick somebody who won the trade, I guess I would take, just based on the players, I guess I would take Josh. Because I think Aaron Jones is the best player in the trade currently. But I haven't really looked at either team or anything like that. I know Orlando stacked a running back and probably needed some receiver help. So he did what he thought was best for his team, and we'll see how it plays out. The other trade, looks like Dakota traded Peterson and Robbie Anderson for Terry McLaurin. Obviously, Terry McLaurin's the best player in the trade, but that's you usually go out the best player and do a 2-for-1. I'm assuming Dalton needed running back help. I'm not really sure what Peterson really gives you there, but he does give you a body. I'm not a fan of Robbie Anderson, but with Sam Darnold coming back, his value definitely goes up, and in my mind should probably be equal to McLaurin. Pretty decent trade there. I guess I would say Dalton won that trade if Anderson does well with Darnold, but you never know. Obviously, Dalton with a 2-for-1 had to drop somebody, dropped Antonio Brown. So we'll see if anybody decides to pick him up. I do know if he is on waivers, if he does get picked up by a team, I'm sure everybody's budgets will fucking go nuts to try to pick him up. So we'll see how that goes if that does occur. We'll start with the matchups. We'll look at my matchup here first once I can get it pulled up. I got whooped pretty bad this week by Orlando, which I'm not really shocked happened. I lost this one. It's like 115 or 150 to 112. Looking at my team, Wentz didn't have to do anything because the Jets suck, so I didn't get points there. David Johnson played all right, but he left the game with a back injury. Sony Michel played well. Not a lot out of my receivers. Tight end did decent. Defense kicker did well. Nothing out of my flex. I had nothing on my bench side besides Gallup, who I picked up. I didn't know how much he would play. And obviously the Packers are a decent defense. He did well. So he'll probably end up being in my lineup moving forward for a while, or unless I can deal him, one of the two. That's about it. Hopefully I get Tyreek Hill back this week. That'll be a big boost to my team. Looking here at Orlando's team, Winston played all right. Zeke played all right. Obviously Aaron Jones with the 4 touchdowns. It's huge. Tyler Boyd had a nice game at 23. Let me see here. So, it looks like Tyler Boyd's actually done pretty well this year, averaging 13.1 points, 13th ranked receiver, so not a bad grab there for Josh. Nothing else really going on his team. Had Coleman on the bench, who return from injury. He put up 16, so that's probably another reason why Orlando felt comfortable dealing Aaron Jones, and obviously believes in OBJ. So see how that works out for him. It could probably be pretty good. We'll see. Next matchup, we got Dakota versus Josh. Josh was supposed to win this matchup going into Monday night because he had Baker Mayfield and OBJ, and they got him 2 points combined. So he lost this one 96-85. Baker Mayfield with the -2. Bell did okay, 12 points, not quite what he was projected. James White had 10. OBJ with 4. Austin Eckler had 15. So I do have a bet going on with Dakota and Orlando between Eckler and David Montgomery. So Eckler's currently got the lead there, I believe by about 4 points. Kicker got him 11. Eagles defense on the bench for 35. So if he would have played the Eagles over the Texans, it would have won him the matchup. I'm not really sure why he didn't make that decision. You're playing against Atlanta, who's got a high-powered offense, and they don't have a defense, so you know they're going to have to throw. You know they're going to have to put up points. And the Eagles are going against the Jets, who have a third-string quarterback. Just doesn't make sense there. Obviously, you don't expect 35, but clearly they had the better matchup, in my opinion. Not really sure about that coaching decision there. Nothing else going on this team. Looking over here at Dakota's team, Lamar Jackson struggled this week. Nothing out of really anybody's line. I mean, Schuster had 15. Bills defense got him 12. I mean, everybody else did mediocre at best. I mean, Julio disappointing with 6. When his team puts up 32, probably cost me more money in DraftKings because I had Julio in my lineup. On his bench, he had Josh Allen, who had 18, so he would have got some more points there. We played him over Lamar Jackson, but that's not a decision I would have made either, so I don't blame him there. Nothing else to talk about. Next up, we got Michael versus Garrett. Garrett tried to make a miracle comeback last night, but fell short there. Lost this matchup. It was 122-104. Michael's team, Aaron Rodgers, 9 points. Dalvin Cook, another nice game. Julian Edelman with 21. Defense, double digits. Kicker with 16. I mean, that's huge there. Nothing else really going on. Damian Williams got him 5, returning from injury. Melvin Gordon with 5 or 6 points. I mean, nothing big there. Nothing on his bench. Some guys on bye week, and a guy who's hurt. Looking at Garrett's team, Mahomes only got 19. They only put up 13 points, so a little rare. Mixon got him double digits. Had Matt Breida, who had an explosive game last night with 26 points. Kicker got him 11. Had Tom Brady on the bench at 24, so he could have got a few more points there, but we already discussed earlier this year, you're not benching Mahomes, no matter what, pretty much. And, I mean, just a lot of single-digit performances in his lineup. 1 point out of Deebo Samuel, 1 point out of the Jacksonville defense. That's just not going to cut it there. Next up, got Dalton versus Garrett number 2. Dalton won this one 154-123. Matt Ryan with a big day with 32. Amari Cooper with 34. George Kittle with 18, Marlon Mack with 16. I mean, those are his big performers there. David Montgomery with 10.1. So right now, Eckler's at 14.8 to 10.1. So I got about a 4.7 lead there, I believe. DK Metcalf on the bench with 11. Played Geronimo Allison. Can't really blame him for doing that, given Devontae Adams not being there. Only got him 4 points, though. Hopkins had 12. He's kind of struggled. His team put up 53, but no scores for him. They all kind of went to Will Fuller, who he played against, but was still able to overcome that. Looking over here at Garrett, number 2's team. Decent game out of Goff, 18. Kamara had 14. Henry with 14. Mike Evans with a goose egg, which obviously you're not going to win when your top receiver puts up 0. I mean, Delaney Walker with 2. I mean, obviously he had Will Fuller who had 47 points. I mean, just insane. I think I heard a stat that said he went from being like the 65th ranked player to like the 7th or something after that game. So something crazy like that. I mean, just a huge game for him. And then come this week, he'll probably get hurt again. I mean, that's just kind of his what he typically happens to him. Nothing going on his bench there. Next up, we got the battle of the big dogs here. John and Fat. John won this one 187 to 172. The 172 was the second most points scored this week, but because he played a number 1, he lost. Just kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes. John's team had Deshaun Watson with 42, Josh Jacobs with 28, surprisingly because they were playing the Bears, but didn't matter for him. Had Michael Thomas with 36, Chris Godwin with 28, Allen Robinson with 25. I mean, you're gonna win when you got 4-5 people scoring 25 or more. I mean, it's crazy. He would, with just those 5 people, he would have beat majority of the teams in the league. Nothing going on his bench. Bears defense only got him 3. Sammy Watkins with a goose egg. I'm pretty sure after the first week, some people were running their mouth because I give Sammy Watkins shit all the time. So if you look at his stats after the first week, he had 42, of course, big week for Sammy. Since then, he hasn't scored double digits, hasn't scored a touchdown, hasn't had 100 yards receiving, has scored 8 points, 9 points, 5 points, and 0 points. I mean, I understand. I think he got hurt in the game. He gets hurt all the time. He's not that good of a player. Like, don't give me shit, because he has one big game. Let's see him put it together for a whole season. Looking over here at the Fats team, Dak Prescott with a good game, 23. McCaffrey, I mean, I'm going to be shocked if he can keep this up all year without having some kind of injury. I mean, his usage rate is absolutely insane. He put up 45 here. Fournette with 22. DJ Chark with 32. I mean, that's a big game for him. Nice pickup there. Ingram had 12. Patriots defense with 15. I mean, even looking at Fats bench, I mean, Philip Lindsay with 23. Russell Wilson had 30. Could have made some if he played Lindsay over Ingram, and if he would have played Wilson over Prescott, he would have won the matchup for the week. Or he could have played Sutton over Emmanuel Sanders, because Sutton had 17, Sanders had 1.5. I mean, you never know those lineup decisions there. A couple adjustments and would have done him big, but it's nice to see for him. It's nice that he has all this plethora of fucking talent on his team. Last matchup we got here is one of the ones that came down to the wire last night, but Derek couldn't quite get it done. Philip won this one 117 to 112. Looking at Philip's team, Kyler Murray got him 25, so that trade earlier in the year paid off for him here. It's been doing pretty well for him. Freeman with 15.5. Cooper Kupp 22. Ridley with 17. Hooper had 11. Nothing else really going on the bench. Looks like Keenan Allen with 4. Two rough games for Keenan Allen back to back. Gallman with 1.5. I mean, nothing there. Looking over here at Derek's team, Dalton got him 19. Gurley with 17. Chris Carson got him 19. Adam Thielen with 29. Sanu got him 13. I mean, but you can't get -1 out of your defense, 1 out of your kicker, 0 out of your tight end. I mean, it's going to be tough to win with that. He needed Jarvis Landry to have a bigger game than projected. Couldn't quite pull it up. Got him 9.5, so nothing too crazy there. Not too much going on his bench. Nothing that would have swung the matchup in his favor. So that's what I got for this week. Obviously, we got waivers processing tomorrow. The new power rankings, I got those here. I'll go ahead and read them out here. You guys will probably read them on the chat before you see them in the video anyways. But at 12, I got Josh. At 11, I got Garrett. At 10, I got Derek. 9, I have Garrett number 2. At 8, I have myself. At 7, I have Dakota. 6, I have Dalton. 5, I have Philip. 4, I have Michael. 3, I have Orlando. 2, I have John. And 1, I still have Fat. So despite him being 3 and 2, I mean, his team is scoring an enormous amount of points. It's tough to move him down. I understand he lost this week, but he put up the second most points. I mean, I'm not going to base everything off record, but I still think he's the top team. Just best luck to everybody. Let's keep those trades flowing. I'm definitely open for business. I need to make some improvements to better my team for the future. But best luck to everybody this week, and see you guys next time.